welcome to S&T Chats, where I bring you, what do I bring you today? I bring you
interesting topics we talk about.
yes, that.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah. So, what's currently happening in America, Selena?
Well, as you can hear from my voice, it's the flu season.
Yep, it's a flu season. And then in addition to the flu season, we also have the bird flu that's going on.
Yes, a few days ago, I think the first case, human case of bird flu, someone died from it.
Right. Yes. And then on the news, it actually says reason this person died is because he had prior medical conditions.
Yeah, he was already unhealthy to begin with. But I did read somewhere it's only one mutation away from airborne, like contagious wise.
Oh,
yes.
Scary.
So be very careful,
scary,
everyone.
Yeah, and then so since this is the bird flu, have you went out and bought eggs?
Oh, well, I did go to Walmart and Sam's, and I realized all the eggs are gone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one day I went to Walmart and there was like no eggs. But good thing in our family is like I personally don't like eggs that much.
Our family, we actually went to ShopRite and we got 3 cases of eggs.
Oh, so you're stocking up on eggs?
No, we're not stocking up. We're just eating as normal. So,
I mean, should we worry about it?
You know, I feel like if you're afraid of it, then it'll come after you.
Yeah, and I think there's also like we all believe in faith in God. So I think everything happens for a reason. Right. And good people, good thing will come to you. Of course, take precaution if someone tells you, oh, don't buy that, of course. But don't let fear adopt you. Or,
and control you and in fact affect your decisions.
Your life.
When we went to ShopRite, the eggs were actually regular priced.
Oh.
$5 a dozen. And then if you wanted like the cage free, USDA certified, it's like what, $7?
So they didn't raise the price yet?
No, they didn't raise the price yet, right? But what's happening in China is very interesting.
What are they saying?
Good question. We all know they're gonna say something.
They love
ridiculous.
to make up very interesting stories.
Yes, and I will bring some up. So it basically says it's like, oh my god, the eggs are so expensive right now, all right? But so in the picture that she brought up, you see that there's the salted duck eggs, right?
Yes.
So then it's obviously in the Chinese market.
Yes.
And no offense, Chinese markets always mark up their prices.
Yes, they do. It's a little bit higher.
Yeah, as I said before, if you want cage-free eggs, if you want like USDA certified eggs, they are a bit more pricier than regular eggs.
But this picture, it's a little too extreme. It's saying $7 for one egg.
Oh, that's what it says?
Yes, 7块钱一颗. So even if you look at this picture, it's a dozen eggs, 12 eggs, and it's $12.29 or $11.69, and that's still like $1 each.
Right.
But on this in Chinese, it's saying $7 per one each egg.
Per egg.
Per egg.
Oh my god.
I don't know where they're getting that from.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, Chinese people math are really good. So
there's also this other guy who makes videos about what's happening in the United States. I'm not going to bring up his video because that's his personal doing. And from the IP address on his account, he lives in America. So what he basically said, it's like, oh yeah, America, we have a big bird flu, and the eggs are like 3 dozens are like $40.
Okay, so each are $12.
Yeah, yeah, which is normal, right? But if you're in America, you know that the price of your food, the price of everything, is also based on where you live.
Yes.
Right.
So if he's in California, the gas price, the grocery
everything.
Price, it's typically higher than if you live somewhere in like the middle of nowhere,
right?
Like South Dakota,
right? And if you live around the chicken farms that got affected, then obviously in that area, you either don't have eggs or the price is more expensive than usual.
I do know Costco recalled a couple of their eggs. So,
yeah. So in his video, in the comment section, we do have a comment that says, "Oh, if you're in America, let us know like what the situation is about the eggs." And then a person from America replied, "It's like, oh, it's normal. Like everything is normal here." Right. And then the thing is for Douyin, like you can see where they're at. Like their IP address is basically like on their account and in their comments.
Yeah, the comments there's like, oh, have an American person say if it's true or not. And one of the persons is like, yeah, the egg prices are normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then a couple others says, yeah, like a lot of the IP address with America, they all say it's normal.
Right.
So what is this guy doing?
Right. It's not just him, you know, it's like there's also Chinese people in America.
Okay, so the egg price is up the sky.
It has skyrocketed.
Skyrocketed. In America, I mean, in China, it's only 50 cents.
So basically all the comments underneath that, they were like jesting at that comment. Like, yeah, even Amazon is 5 cents. Yeah, even the city is selling eggs for 40 cents.
It's like when you buy stuff from Temu.
Right.
Yeah, like, yeah, it could be 5 cents. It could be a lot cheaper, but you come out with like this little bitty thing.
Right. And then it's, I don't know, is it real? Is it fake?
Exactly.
I mean, you guys know, right? We all bought things from Temu before and it's not as it seems.
It's bad quality.
Yeah.
Why are these 8 Chinese people in America trying to make America sound so bad?
Because they love China.
Then why did you come here?
Exactly. Exactly.
I know there are some people, Chinese people in America, they badmouth America, the government and everything, society and everything. And then in my mind, I'm just thinking, then why are you here?
Right. I mean, if you don't like the United States, then you should go back to your own country and badmouth your own government.
Like, why do you say you love China? Like, China's great.
Yeah.
Why did you leave it then?
Yeah.
Like, it's so contradicting.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. So in addition to what the Chinese people are saying about the bird flu in America, they are also saying that the bird flu is going to be the second COVID and that this is our fault and that we deserve this. Right?
Wow, Chinese people have so much grudge.
Yeah.
They hold on to that grudge like really badly.
Yeah. So we have this lady who actually posted a video about how America made this virus, the bird flu that affected humans.
Okay.
That we scientifically
Created
it in the lab. Right. And then she also quoted one of a professor in America. Right. So then I was like, oh my God, because it was an actual video.
Flu or H5N1 influenza has been around. This recent outbreak, which is now 4 years old, that the current strain of bird flu is a product of gain-of-function research done in the USDA Poultry Research Laboratory in Athens, Georgia. So it is a man-made problem that our farms are experiencing right now. The stated goal of the USDA in doing this research was simply to get it to jump from chickens into mallard ducks, and that way it could spread all over.
So basically he's like, oh yeah, America made this virus. They did it in a lab. But if you go on this professor's X account, it says that the bird flu, this specific strain, was made by the US and China. I mean, that got me thinking, right? Like, why would you say that it's something made in America and that we deserved it when you guys had a part in it?
Yeah, because it says the USDA has been collaborating with the Chinese Academy of Science.
Exactly.
To mutate.
I mean, is the US government hiding things from us? Yes.
Of course. And is the US government working with China? Definitely partial of it.
Yeah.
Like there's a huge part of Chinese government, the Communist Party, that's influenced and senators, Congress have been bought by the Chinese government.
Yeah. So I want to also go in depth about what is actually happening in China and what and what the CCP is trying to do.
They're trying to hide something.
Oh, well, Selena, what made you say that?
Well, over the years, first there's things that I learned about the Chinese government and I'm so shocked and I don't believe it. But as it keeps on constantly repeating, you get the gist of what they're trying to downplay or what they're trying to play at you.
Yep. There's a virus currently going on in China called 人扁肺病毒. So the HMPV is what, you say? Well, let me Google it real quick for you. So the HMPV is a virus that usually causes symptoms similar to a cold. And in China, it has been said that the HMPV does not have a vaccine nor a cure, right?
Okay.
The only way you can get rid of it is that you write it out.
Like your own
immune system.
Immune system. Okay. Is it deadly?
Is it deadly? According to Douyin, it's not deadly at all.
Oh.
But hold on to that thought. I'm going to bring up a video for you guys. You can see in that video that the hospitals are packed with people. So the thing that China is trying to do now, China is trying to say that it's actually a cold. There's currently 2 different colds that's happening in China, and that whatever you're having right now, that's not HMPV, that's actually a regular flu or another cold called, what is it, H1N1? So basically, they're brushing it off and saying, no, we don't have a deadly virus going around. It's just a regular flu.
Yeah, so they stated in this picture the difference between a regular flu and this new flu is that this flu, you get a really high fever, 38 Celsius, which is roughly above 100 Fahrenheit. And you have, headache, cough, all those regular flu things. But you also feel no energy and your bone and muscle ache.
Bone and muscle ache. Why does that sound so familiar?
Yeah, I remember that was like a COVID symptom.
Yes, it was. I had COVID, and yeah.
That was probably one of the biggest difference between a regular cold and COVID.
Right.
And this also, you usually last around 1 to 2 weeks.
Why does that feel so similar?
And it says, this one actually the contagiousness is really high. And as a flu, it's not as contagious, but this is really contagious. Should we be worried about this? Should the Chinese people be worried about this?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Even if we have the bird flu going on in America, right? At least our government is clear about it.
Yeah.
Our CDC is actually posting things that they found as much as they can, of course, right? And the number of people that's been affected, right? But what is China doing? China is saying that no, we don't have this virus going on. Whatever you're experiencing right now is either flu 1 or flu 2.
Yeah, it's just a flu, and you're fine. You know, I think in America, every day, constantly, we've been hearing news about it, and people are already starting to fear about it a little bit. Making people cautious. But in China, what they're trying to do is they're not trying to inform the people.
Yeah.
They're just trying to cool it down and push it down as much as possible.
They're trying to cover it up.
Yeah, but I think during the New Year, there were so many people in the hospitals in China.
And so what the government is trying to do is that there's no official government notice. As usual, the government in China, the CCP, they don't want to do anything until the very last minute, like COVID.
They don't care about the people.
They don't.
It just feels so sad. They don't care if you feel bad or you're sick or your whole family is sick or dying.
So what the CCP is doing right now is that a whole lot of doctors on Douyin are coming out with videos. They're saying, all of the doctors, they're basically saying, oh, there's a flu that's going around. Oh, did you know that there's a flu going around? That's all the doctors are saying. They are all saying the same thing. Nobody is telling anybody on what's actually happening. What is going on with the HMPV? What is going on with the H1N1?
So they're using these doctors to try to ensure people that everything is fine, or to the public to make everything is fine.
Right.
What kind of government is this?
Yeah, and then I also found another video on Douyin.
这个假牛是真的痛苦，我妈我孩子都感染了，然后在网上搜这个药是真的贵，买一盒240，买第二盒就280，一盒就2片，普通成年人就得吃2片。最关键我家人多，想要备2盒买不到，因此我想问2个很痛心的问题：如果穷人怎么办？他们会舍得买这么贵的药吗？买不起是不是就意味着要痛苦1个星期？不要跟我说什么替代药，穷人就应该多痛苦一段时间吗？
It basically says that this guy had one of the virus. We don't know which one, right? And then he's like, a box of this medicine is 200 yuan.
Wow.
Which is how much in America?
$28 for
$28 for 2 pieces of medicine.
2 boxes?
One box contains 2 pieces of medicine.
You mean 2 pills?
2 pills.
That's really expensive.
Yeah. And then he's like, one person, if you have this virus, we don't know which one again, you have to take 2 a day.
$28 per day.
Yeah. And you have to take it until you feel better. I think that's what he said, right? And then he kept on saying, it's like, oh, like I have the money to do this, but what about the poor people?
Yeah, that's highway robbery right there.
Yeah.
Like, who has $28 per day?
Right. And the thing is, you don't know if the medicine actually works.
Yeah, they could probably put some addictive in it.
Yeah.
Additives in it. And then you just keep
It
feeling
might-
worse and worse.
Or it might just be a placebo pill, you know.
Exactly. Just sugar or
Yeah.
something in it.
Yeah.
Wow. That is crazy.
You can see that the guy said that HMPV is going into Gaofati, which is the highly contagious area or section or timeline, right? And the next picture of the video, he basically says that there's currently no vaccines. But the thing is, if you search HMPV on the internet, HMPV is not a new virus. It was discovered in 2001. So this is not a new virus.
So this is not a new virus, but there's no vaccine for it.
There's no vaccine for it.
So I guess at that time, it wasn't contagious and it wasn't deadly. But now all of a sudden, it's really contagious and it's like 2 times worse than a flu.
Right, but the thing is, we don't know if this is actually the virus that's circulating in China. The government is only telling us that there's a regular flu, there's the H1N1 flu, and then there's also the HMPV flu, right? But we don't really know if this is that's really circulating in China because the government isn't disclosing anything. They're not disclosing anything internationally.
I feel like they're just like trying to find different things to talk about, cover everything to make it seem like it's not that serious.
Right.
Right? And then kind of just like a maze. And like, we're not professionals. We don't know about diseases and viruses. It's just so weird.
Yeah. I also saw one of the content creator on Instagram. So she lives in China, right? And then she made a video in response to another video. So this content creator, we're not gonna put any of her video up, privacy. So basically she recorded herself, right? And then she's like, what? There's a virus in China? And then she pans out to the background and then she's like, look, I'm in China and nothing is happening. And then I'm thinking, Well, of course, nothing is happening in your point of view because your government isn't disclosing anything.
Well, like tourist people, when they go to China, they only let you see the good side of China.
Right.
They don't bring you to the real authentic part of China,
Yeah.
of how the mass population of Chinese people live. So yeah, and her point of view, she's only showing you that aspect of it. Because there's so much stuff going on in China.
Yeah, basically, this is what's happening in China. There's 3 different viruses going around. Are they actually the virus that's going on? We don't know. Did the government disclose anything to the public in regards to what's happening, what the government is doing, to any deaths? We don't know. The CCP is not disclosing anything.
What a useful government.
I know, right? Like, do we have to wait? Like, if worst case scenario, right? Like, are we gonna have to wait until the last second? Like COVID?
That's what the Chinese government is like. Like, they don't disclose anything until it gets super bad.
Right.
And until there's no point they can cover up with their tens and thousands of lies. Then they bring up with something. Just like what you said before in our previous videos, like the government is not there for the people.
Yeah,
like,
they're for themselves.
They do not care at all about the people. Like, this is so sad.
It is sad.
Oh gosh.
Yep. So this is it for today's video. We will update you as soon as I find something on Douyin, or as soon as we find some information on what actually is happening in China, what actually is going around in China.
Yeah, just be careful and take care of yourself because it is flu season.
Yeah.
So everyone stay healthy and happy.
Yes. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.